back now, sort of back. I've resumed the stream. Yeah, boy, having some real interesting internet things going on. Oh, there we are. So okay, so we're in the same stream, and that's good. I didn't have to create a brand new stream. So thank goodness that happened. Yeah, my internet got dropped, which is pretty rare. So let's see how many people. We've got 19 of the 45 people. 21. Come on. We can do it. Yes. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. I'm going to try changing some settings here. Well, Wi-Fi's not connected. That's not going to make any difference. That's not taking any bandwidth. So I'm back. 40 out of the 45 so far. Hello, 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 hello. Ah, boy. Technical stuff. It's going to make my hair go gray. Oh, wait. Too late. How did that happen? I don't know when did the hair go from nearly black to pretty silvery, kind of silvery, fairly silvery. But anyway, so yeah, this is all really interesting. Joseph says I just checked Twitch and it's now a black screen after you unfroze. Um, Gonna have to check with Twitch to see what's going on with Twitch and Restream, because this is a problem between Restream and Twitch, not necessarily a problem between me and you guys. So I have to get a little. I'll just have to open a support ticket, as they say. So, um, well, I don't. James says you have so many autographs to fill. It's not that many today. It's only 9. So we've got some time to chat. We've got a little time. How you doing, James? Good to see you as always. Who else is here? We got everybody. We got Ryan. We got oh, and Ryan says, Mr. Bob West, I'm going to be 32 years old on your birthday. Awesome! Happy almost birthday to you. Yay! You seem to have lots of birthdays throughout the year. Yeah, that's good. I think you should celebrate being born very often. That's the way I work it, I think. I think that's the way it should be for everybody, pretty much. All right. What do we have here? I'm going to take this off. Why are we getting notifications there? And we're going to look for. Yeah, true. Ah, internet troubles. Aren't they fun? Woohoo! Yay! Yay, us. And, oh, here come the sirens. It's the internet police coming to fix things or something. I don't know. I don't know. How else you doing? Um, and Mason says, sorry about the internet. That's okay. It happens. No problem. So, a reminder to everyone, if you're asking a question or something, don't try not to repeat it. Try to save it for like once every 5 minutes or more if you can, because it eventually gets up to hundreds and hundreds of comments flying by, and it's it's really hard for us to sort through them all. Aw, pretty nice. Some nice things being said. I'm gonna have to take this. Let's see. Options. And and Kelby says, Grandma said she loves me and Barney. Aw, that's nice. Hi, Grandma. How you doing? Good to see her there. Hi, Kelby. What up? What up? There's no. Let's see what is this? The singing classroom must be Barney's classroom. I'm not quite sure what that means. The singing classroom. I mean, if you're going to sing in a classroom, singing Barney songs is pretty appropriate, I think. I think so. What else? We got lots of folks here now. Look, we're already up to 51. Yes. I'm going to try to move this. What are the options? I'm going to have to mess with my notifications here. Turn notifications off for the time being. All right. So yeah, things happen technically, but at the moment I'm looking at, I believe, a clear screen pretty much. So some people were saying, as I recall, that they're getting out, that I'm getting out on Twitch, and they are seeing me. Other people are seeing a black screen. So yeah, there's something going on with Restream. I think we'll have to get a hold of them and fix things. All right, I'm going to put on Do Not Disturb, and that will turn off all of the lovely, lovely things that I'm seeing flying at me. Flying at me. And well, now we'll start. We'll catch back up here with whatever. Yay! Oh, here's a good question. Would you ever do 90s Con with some of the Barney cast members? Sure, if they invited us. That's the whole thing. They have to. The show has to invite us. I'm open to most of the conventions that are out there, except that there are, it's like I was saying, I believe, like last time or time before, there's a limited number of slots that, limited number of signing tables that conventions hold open for guests. And they kind of have to do a little math and see, they see what the mathematics are on, how many people they think are going to be coming, how many attendees are going to be coming, and then they'll see how many vendors are going to be there and selling things, and going to have booths and how much the booths will make them. And then they have to see how expensive the convention center is to rent per square foot. And then they have to throw in the tables for the guests for the signing. And so they have to, because we don't pay them to have a signing table if we're invited as a guest. That means that we're there on their dime. So they have to pay for it. So that means they have to figure out who's going to bring in, what guests are going to bring in the most people, and try to divvy up the number of the amount of space they can afford, and put the guests in a little, in one corner or one side of the hall, and then they figure out how many guests they can have, and then they figure out which guests they guess which guests will bring in the most attendees and the most ticket sales. So that's how the whole convention world works. It's kind of complicated, but I can't. There's nothing I can do about the math. I don't bring as many people to the table. I don't bring a line, as they say, as much as a lot of people now who are like anime dubbers. Those folks bring a line a lot of times. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're an anime dubber on like Has Been Hotel or something, you're going to be pretty popular at the cons. People are going to want to come and see you. All right, I'm going to have to catch up here with questions. Let's see. Where did you do? Camera. What is this? Uh-oh. Oh, here's a good question. And who's this from? Here's for a total stranger, Amelia Linetti, asking this question. One thing I've always wanted to know, how come you haven't done more on-camera acting roles? Because I like eating too much. And I like to eat too much. And I like to eat too much, as they say. That's part of it. Weight factor is always a thing. I was always in between, like, character actor weight and leading actor kind of weight. And they don't want people who are in between, or they didn't used to. Body types now are, it's becoming more inclusive, and we're seeing, fewer ectomorphic, super skinny people on television and in movies and stuff, which is awesome. And that's a very cool thing. But also, what's interesting is that I always hated auditioning for on-camera stuff. Believe it or not, I do have a fairly good case of like stage fright. I mean, I've done a fair amount of theater and musical theater and that sort of thing, but I still have some stage fright. It's performance anxiety. And so when you go to audition, it's kind of tough because you're right there and you're being judged. you know. And I've always had that, or I did at the time when I was starting to do on camera stuff and everything, and so that makes it kind of hard. But you know, as people say now, it's like, okay, every opportunity you get to act is an opportunity to act, and you know, you go to an audition, and that's an opportunity to act. How cool is that? And that, I have to say, is a great way to look at it. You can't worry when you're going to an audition whether you're going to get the job or not. You just have to go, and you have to do your best, and then you have to, you know, you just have to let it go when you walk out the door. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. So, you know, you hope that your batting average is, you know, fairly high so that you can keep your agent and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I just enjoyed doing on camera less than I enjoyed doing voiceover. Voiceover was always much more relaxed. The production doesn't cost as much per minute, you know, and so there's not as much pressure. And I think that makes, you know, that makes a difference. At least it made a difference for me. Anxiety is a fun thing to live with. Depression and anxiety, which is two things that I deal with. But yeah, I mean, so anxiety includes performance anxiety, and so that can do that to you, as they say. Good question. Thank you, Emmy. I appreciate that. Thoughtful. What other questions here? I'm gonna look for this question. We have Timothy that's asking, "Hey Timothy, how are you? Do you think other Barney friends will be at the Texas Comic Con to see? As far as I know, I am the only person from Barney and Friends or the Backyard Gang who is signed up as a guest, as appearing as a guest at that particular show. And that particular show is the I think I have I would put it up, but I don't have it set up here on this. It's like I've got two separate setups for my streaming. One is for Planet Bob, and the other is for Streamily stuff. Is for live streaming, that sort of thing. And I didn't think to bring the card, the display that says that I'm going to be at the NostalgiaCon in San Antonio, Texas, and that will be May 10th through 12th. And I hope to expand that stay a little bit so that I can see some friends while I'm there, which would be awesome. And but so we'll see. I'll be definitely talking about it more between now and then. So I'll remind you, and I'll poke you and say, if you're in the Texas region, actually, you know, the country of Texas, the nation of Texas, which is, it's big enough, please come and see me. Texas, it's funny, you know, a lot of us in Texas, when we lived in Texas, we didn't really think a whole lot of driving, you know, hours just to go visit somebody or something. We didn't think too much of it because you had to do that. If you wanted to go from, you know, I lived in Baytown, and then I lived in San Antonio, and then I lived in Dallas. And there were a lot of times when I would drive from San Antonio, where I lived, to do a recording session in Austin, which was hour and a half, I believe. So, you know, it was worth it though, because we had some great times recording stuff in Austin. Some fantastic copywriters did some great commercials there. I had a really good time. What else? What else are we talking about here? I'm going to put in, let's see, lots of Brandon. Brandon wants to say hi to Barney, etc. Let's see. I'm not finding quite what I was looking for, but Brandon wants to say hi to Barney, and I'm sure other people want to say hi to Barney. So would you like to say hi to Barney? Hello, my friends. Is it that time? Is it hug time? Is it? I think so. Are you ready? Ready for a great big group hug? Yes? Okay. Here we go. Look.